And we're live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Mark of the Quad Cities. I'm the Iron Man Tyson Johnson, and this is King of the Cage. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, are you ready? First, out of the red corner, this fighter stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in at 170 pounds. He fights for Team TDT with a mixed martial arts record of 13 wins, 3 defeats, and 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joey Clark.
Well, welcome back once again to King of the Cage Redemption by the River. I am Eric Apple, joined by Jen's Little Evil Pulver. Also going to be touching base with us on and off throughout the rest of the fights, Terry Treblecock, the owner and promoter of King of the Cage. Right now we are heading into the first bout of our featured fights. This is none other than Joey Clark. He is 5'11", coming in right at the welterweight limit of 170 pounds, doing it for Team TDT with a record of 13, 3, and 2. Joey looking very fit and ready at 170 pounds. He has his girlfriend or his wife over here in his corner.
And his opponent out of the blue corner stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, and he weighed in at 170 pounds. He fights with Team Iron Academy with a mixed martial arts record of 22 wins, 11 defeats, and 2 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brian Gassaway.
Another very experienced fighter is the man standing before you. 6'1" and a huge 170 pounds, the record of 22, 11, and 2. Doing it for the Iron Academy, the same gym where Shoney Carter fights. He is huge for 170 pounds.
Yeah, I can't believe he made the weight. I remember seeing him at 205 and was impressed by his physique. I remember seeing him at 85 and was blown away. I was like, how'd you get down? And then he started making 170. I was like, absolutely no way. He's got a lot of weight to do that. So, yeah, he is definitely a big 75.
Take a look at yet another one of the most beautiful ring girls in the world, the King of the Cage ring girls, here at the Mark of the Quads Arena in Moline, Illinois. As we watch Brian Gassaway get his last couple checks. Huge for 170 pounds. He must dehydrate a ton of weight, gents. And how will that play into this fight? Well, he has more experience than Joey Clark, but Joey Clark, being a smaller fighter, had to dehydrate less. He might be able to show some more strength and some better conditioning in the later half of the fight if it makes it that far.
Yeah, see, some people, they cut too much weight. They think, hey, I weigh 205 pounds. I'll be a monster 70 pounder. Truth is, you might be a monster 70 pounder for about 3 minutes if you didn't do it right. And a lot of people don't do it right. So it's that'll be a key to see if that water drain in 24 hours isn't enough. You think it is, but it's not. So we'll see. But he does have the size. He looks big. It's impressive. So maybe he died it down from the last time he made it. So we'll see how it works.
Here we go, Brian Gassaway, Joey Clark. Gassaway, great physique. Joey Clark in shape as well.
Oh, he tried to bring himself a right hand. Joey did a good job of ducking.
Brian Gassaway
got down to hooks.
Just going to say the same thing. No, not too bad at all.
That'll just play.
Both underhooks right there, and Joey Clark landed a little knee to the groin there, but not anything that would slow Brian Gassaway. Great judo throw right there. Bouncing him off the fence while he does it.
I don't know how he got him through that. That was a little space between him and the cage right there. He did a good job with throwing him up off it. Gassaway's got his feet up on the cage. He's got to push.
Now Joey Clark needs to spread himself back out and really base out right here and try to keep this side mount position. It's going to be tough, though. There you go, rolling back up is Brian Gassaway. Very strange position. Brian Gassaway basically doing a headstand up against the fence there momentarily. Joey Clark now in the north-south position. Should be firing off some shots right here, Jens, and making Brian Gassaway pay for this lack of a good position.
Without a doubt, and at least make him open up his hands, make him move his hands so it can open up, getting that chin down in the armpit to do that north and south choke. I know, I can tell he's looking for it. He's got it, he's sinking it in now. He's trying to drive it back.
He also possibly can work a choke right there. We've seen a choke from this position before. It is unorthodox and requires a lot of strength, but it can happen. Right
there, he's sitting back on it. He's trying to choke him, get the arm on one side, the lat on the other side, choking that off. Uncomfortable.
Joey Clark still working for that choke. Brian Gassaway relaxing, doing a good job at maintaining his composure in a bad spot.
Let's work.
Kid's a good wrestler, ain't he?
Yeah, he's been doing a great job so far with his leverage. Real wiry, real hard to turn, good balance. But they're back on their feet now.
Traditional over-underhooks right there. Each fighter has a good underhook in a good position, so very equal position, but look at that.
Oh. Wow, that kid's got some balance. Here.
Just going to say, Joey Clark showing great presence of mind in his body positioning. Big words. Regaining his guard is Brian Gassaway on his back, the man fighting out of the Iron Academy in Chicago.
Let's work, come on.
Getting pressured up against the cage. You have to think Joey Clark's spending a lot of energy doing this, though, fighting this way, Jens. Can he fight for 15 minutes in this?
Let's work, he looks like he can. He looks like he's one of those guys, back in the wrestling days, the unorthodox scrambler, the guy that just wanted to get everything into some kind of scrambled mix. And they fed off that. That's what he looks like. He looks like a wiry kind of fighter. This is definitely his game right now.
Well, definitely to the advantage of Brian Gassaway is the stand-up that Herb Dean just administered. And I would imagine Joey Clark looking to get the takedown off a couple punches here. Oh, great exchange of right hands back into the clinch. Going for that judo throw once again is Joey Clark, Jens.
Yeah, I mean, he makes it work. He's got a good lock. Now he's getting sucked back. He doesn't have the same momentum forward as he did a minute ago. Now he gets it. Good job. I mean, he gets those hips into it. As soon as he can feel that break, he goes ahead and turns it over. He's fitting it right in there, though, between him and the cage. Tight squeeze. Now he's landing some punches, doing a good job of trying to get Gassaway to move. Comes out behind him, catches him. Oh, he's got the chin in, though.
Joey Clark's chin is down. Brian Gassaway has a figure four around the body, however.
That's uncomfortable.
It is possible to turn around, especially if you're already a little bit sweaty, and Joey Clark looks like he's just about halfway around already.
One little mistake.
That was fast, wasn't it? Just boop, boop, and then he's caught right in his pocket. He's doing a good job. He brought that hand over the head. He's holding on to it, making it pretty hard to lock. As long as he's got that hand, he doesn't have to worry about a rear naked. But he still hasn't moved anywhere, so he's got to do something from here besides hold that hand.
And Joey Clark's got to do something, like you said, to work out of this position. He's vulnerable with his back to his opponent, Brian Gassaway, who has that figure four body lock, applying all kinds of pressure on the lower back and abdomen of his opponent.
He's going to try and fall off with the armbar here, but Joey already caught that, seen that, and trying to defend it.
Joey doing a great job of working out of his Joey Clark.
Good heads-up ball right there from Clark. He seen that Gassaway was going to try and step off to the side and fall down onto that arm, but he was already blocking it before he did it, so good job.
Great first round action. Joey Clark had the advantage, in my opinion, and he worked out of that position right there. He was only in there for a second, really wasn't in danger of the choke because Brian really never had it sunk at any point, Terry, so I think Joey Clark has the advantage thus far. And Joey Clark doesn't look to be very tired whatsoever, Jens. Look at him in the corner. He's stretching out, not breathing too heavily whatsoever. And Gassaway's over there taking some water and getting some big breaths.
Yeah,
You'd think Gassaway would be able to handle that judo a little bit better. I mean, Clark must be phenomenal because Gassaway training with Shoney Carter on a regular basis, and Shoney's no stranger to judo.
Well, Joey Clark using his hips very well, and as you all know, all of your power can either start or be taken away, beginning at the hips.
Oh, he's got great, but he's got great turn, great movement. I mean, look at how when he's throwing it, he's setting it up. He knows where his hips are. So, yeah, he's got good awareness. He hasn't really put himself at risk when he's taking those throws. I'd like to see Gassaway open up on the stand-up. I mean, that's what he does. It's his favorite techniques for standing up. Yet he's been extremely cautious to this point.
Well, he's been taken down a few times, and that will certainly make you hesitant to let those punches go after you've been taken down and made to pay for it. Whoa! Spinning heel kick from Joey Clark. So unorthodox takedowns and strikes are in the bag of tricks for Joey Clark. Gassaway pressured him up against the fence. And going for that judo throw again was Joey Clark failing to do so, and Brian Gassaway once again getting the back.
Quick buck of the hips though, got him off, doing a good job of hand fighting. Gassaway's trying to sit back.
Joey Clark needs to control those wrists and explode out of there right now, Jens, before Gassaway has a chance to set up.
Definitely. Oh, he's got a leg. Oh, we got a tangle here.
Into the half guard, possibly into the mount position will Joey Clark be momentarily.
Yeah, this Joey Clarkson, he's a good scrambler, knows where his hips are at all times. I mean, he's one of those guys that in the funny positions, he's strong, and that's definitely what's been dominating this fight.
Into the mount position. It's not too funny now for Brian Gassaway.
No giggles. Gassaway's got to do something. He's got to, it's time to get moving. Don't just hang out here.
And
Referee will stop it.
For most fighters, the mount position is a position of urgency. And once again, Joey Clark showing great position. He almost lost the back right there, Brian Gassaway. Gassaway almost turned around into him. But Joey Clark doing a good job now looking for that rear naked choke.
Gassaway's trying to turn to his back, flatten out, get both shoulders down.
I think Joey Clark should return the favor with that figure four body lock.
Yeah, I think he's got.
Clark not even really holding those hooks very much. Not too concerned about it.
Now he's got it on.
If you look, Clark really not keeping those hooks very, very strong. He doesn't seem to think that helps him with that choke. I believe he really needs to hold that to keep the position and really look for the finish.
Yeah, you got to lock those hips down. It keeps him from pivoting and turning. And right now, Gassaway's doing a good job of sliding in, getting his shoulders, flat down to the mat like that. That makes it, you can't lock it. It's one of the defenses. You might give up the mount, but again, at least you still have fight in you.
Well, Joey Clark doing a good job of following his opponent, Brian Gassaway, as he turns over to his knees. Joey has one hook in, trying to get a second. Gassaway doing a great job of fending it off with his left arm. And this is a crucial moment of the fight. How will Gassaway deal with this, and how will Joey Clark capitalize? Joey Clark showing great experience right here, very patient and working the position well, Jens.
Yeah, he's been doing a great job. Like I said, he's been the position king so far on the ground in this fight. But Gassaway still, he's getting out of everything, but he hasn't had a chance to really slide into anything offensive at this point. It's been all defense, So, yeah, he's been doing a good job. Clark switching side to side. He's looking at half mount. Now he goes back to mount. He's looking maybe to feed off on an arm. I mean, they're getting in some funny positions, ultimately, right here.
This kid's slick.
He's one of those wiry, frustrating individuals that is just tough because he's strong in those funny positions. You could both be laying on your side, and he's going to dominate. He likes it there.
It doesn't matter where he ends up. He always ends up in the right position.
Yeah, like a cat. He won't go to his back.
Joey Clark doing a good job right there, maintaining the underhooks at all times when he's in side mount. Not really giving Brian Gassaway much of a chance at all to hip up or get on his side and post up. And he's doing a great job. He's in the mount position, dominating the round.
Yeah. Let's work. Come on, let's work.
There he goes, still firing off those punches. He was down low, throwing the hooks to the head, sat up for a second, now working on the arm possibly of Brian Gassaway as Joey Clark. And like we said, Joey Clark with much less experience and much less wins under his belt, showing great poise in the match.
Yeah, his position.
Let's work. We'll stand it up. Come on.
Throughout this entire fight so far, he's just been hard to catch and extremely hard to capitalize if you did catch him. So, and just fed right into it. Gassaway, I know he was a little worried about, being taken down, but here you were, you're hesitant, you didn't do your stand-up, and you still got taken down. Why not let him go if that's your strong point?
I don't think he has any choice. I think he's got to unload here right in the beginning of the third round, because otherwise he's going to end up in the same position again.
Yep. And Joey Clark looks relatively fresh. He's already fought 2 full rounds on top, working hard, and look at him. He's okay. Brian Gassaway, on the other hand, leaning up against the fence. Breathing heavy over there.
Yeah, sometimes cutting that weight. I mean, it has to have a toll on him. As big as that kid was at one point, I mean, that has to get on you.
One final round in the fight. Can Joey Clark finish with this upset that he has been making so far and make it through another round of dominating?
Let's find out.
I think he's gonna dominate even more in this round because of the conditioning of Brian Gassaway. As in shape as Brian Gassaway looks, he looks to be breathing much harder than his opponent.
Ready?
Yeah, I think his muscles are just drained. Again, a guy that works on his cardio, hits the pads, hits the bags in great shape, but not for a wrestling match. Too much hesitation.
The speed and quickness is not there anymore for Brian Gassaway, I don't believe. Unless he's playing possum.
I don't even think the idea is going to be wants to be there anymore.
Huge left hook for Brian Gassaway, so the muscle memory is certainly still there.
Oh, good shot. Wow, that was the sound.
And it was loud as it clacked to the jaw of Joey Clark. Joey Clark recovering instantly, shooting in for that single leg, has Brian Gassaway up against the fence, and Joey Clark's about to suck that hip out, Jens.
Yeah, and that's what he's got to do. He's got to get him down. Right now, that's pressure, but he could stand up. He's starting to improve his position, pull him out the fence. Good job.
Joey Clark impressing me.
Yeah, I mean, he's really good on the ground. This kid is wiry. He's got the,
I need to see
like
some
I said,
work,
his balance
guys.
and his positioning it's tough to mimic because he's strong in funny areas.
And his ring generalship, knowing where he is, doing the right position at the right time, where he tried to sit in there to half guard just now when Brian Gassaway was against the fence. That's an awkward position to try to control, and he did a great job.
You just got to be a little more busy. Like I said, if you're not punching, it's time to be passing and improving that position. Otherwise, it's going to get stood up. And we'll see what happens again, but that was a heck of a hook to be trying to, you don't want to keep running that crapshoot. Them hooks getting fired at you like that.
Brian Gassaway getting up slow, using the fence to help him get up. Joey Clark, after winning the first 2 rounds, he doesn't need to play any games and give Brian Gassaway the opportunity to knock him out. He needs to shoot it and take him down immediately. Why give your opponent the opportunity to finish you when you're in the lead? And as unhappy as the crowd might be with it, Joey Clark has a career to think about, and he wants to get a win.
Yeah, but some of the guys that make the most money in the sport aren't necessarily the guys that win all their fights. They're the guys that put people in the seats, the guys that knock people out, guys that do fantastic submissions.
True. And that's what makes me, after seeing just that one combination from Gassaway with his power.
Joey Clark, great defense, immediately sitting over after Brian Gassaway showing his strength, pulling that Kimura up immediately. But Clark just moving his body around, not really using strength to defend him, using positioning.
Wiggles right out, now he's back in the half guard. What I was saying was, you see the Gassaway, the way he just threw probably one of the meanest combinations I've seen in quite a while with that hook. Makes you wonder why. Why weren't you throwing these dangerous kicks when you were fresh in the first round? Maybe you could have slowed this guy down, even if they're not, every one of them ain't knocking him out. They're still, piling up. They're stacking on damage. But again, Clark's got him in his world.
Clark now passing. Passing a half guard possibly. Now the side mount. He can do some damage from this position, Jens. This is a bad position for Brian Gassaway. Clark should really let those elbows and knees to the body go right now.
Oh, yeah.
He's throwing the knees right now.
Yeah, he's looking at the knees. He's
3 left knees.
There's the punches. He can open it up a little bit and really put the heat on Gassaway. Make him work. You got him at that moment. You can break him. You can really put it on him.
Joey Clark looking to mount, and he does.
Stepping all the way around.
And Gassaway needs to feel the sense of urgency that is his current existence in this fight.
Yeah, forearm on the face right now. Sitting
Let's
up.
work.
Press that head down and get him
Gotta
to break
keep
that
working.
lock and start raining down some punches.
Let's work.
Finish on a high note.
Joey Clark looking impressive, very slick on the ground. Dominating Brian Gassaway in every way. Looking for the armbar possibly, but
Yeah.
not really a clean one. Now looking maybe a triangle here. Can he sit for it? He has both arms below though. Wrong position.
Wow.
Right hammer fist possibly can land right there. Another shot to the body.
Ooh, Gassaway, one more attempt at an armbar
Yeah,
here.
Gassaway showing that he is slick on the ground as well, looking for those submissions, but not slick enough. Look at Clark just working around the other
Needs
side
to
of the
work.
half mount. Good knee.
Good knee, good knee.
Gassaway working to get back to guard, but in my opinion, it's too little, too late. 10 seconds left here in the final round of the fight, and Joey Clark is going to win a unanimous decision, dominating all 3 rounds over a very tough and game Brian Gassaway. And the interesting thing, I didn't hear a word in all 3 of those rounds come from the corner of Joey Clark. He didn't need much help.
They just sit back and watch too.
His nickname must be the Sandman. I'm seeing the Sandman on his cornerman man's shirt.
Well, it's stuck to you like the sand on the beach. You can't get rid of it.
I like his sponsor.
Yeah. Once again, I can't say enough how impressed I am with the positioning, the hips, and the groundwork of Joey Clark in this fight, dominating a very good fighter in Brian Gassaway. For the
Ladies and
particulars,
gentlemen, after 3 exciting rounds, the judges have reached a unanimous decision. For your winner, out of the red corner, Joey Clark.
once again, King of the Cage brought to you by Warrior Wear, Gamma O.